Sparta, a city-state whose name still evokes awe and admiration, remains one of the most enigmatic phenomena in the history of ancient Greece. Shrouded in legends of valiant warriors and the immortal glory of the Battle of Thermopylae, Sparta embodied a unique social structure, full of contrasts and internal contradictions. On one hand, Spartans commanded universal admiration for their military might and unyielding spirit. On the other, their society was permeated by cruelty and harsh regulations. Beneath the image of heroic warriors lay a system built on exploitation and oppression. In this study, we will delve into the world of Sparta to uncover its true nature. We will trace the path of a Spartan warrior from birth to death, learning about their training, daily life, and values. Yet, we will not overlook those who remained in the shadow of glory, the enslaved and oppressed, whose labor sustained the existence of this extraordinary state. Prepare to discover aspects of Sparta you may never have heard, and to unravel the mysteries of this astonishing and contradictory society. At the pinnacle of Sparta's social hierarchy stood the homoioi, known as the equals or peers. These full citizens and warriors formed the core of Spartan society, its military elite. The path to homoioi status was arduous and severe. From the age of 7, boys underwent the rigorous agoge, a training system that tested their physical endurance, moral fortitude, and devotion to the state. The agoge was not merely a school, but a true test of survival, designed to transform young Spartans into invincible warriors. Only those who successfully completed this grueling training were honored with the title of true Spartans. Failure in the agoge meant not just a loss of social status, but becoming an outcast, stripped of all rights and privileges. Even after marriage, Spartan men continued to live in military barracks until age 30, underscoring their complete devotion to duty and limited personal freedom. Sparta was not a place for travel or self-discovery. The life of every citizen belonged entirely to the state, its interests, and its needs. Below the homoioi were the perioikoi, or dwellers around. These free people, though contributing to Sparta's military strength, were denied a voice in state governance. They possessed a degree of freedom, but remained under Sparta's vigilant control, with their activities and movements strictly regulated. Finally, at the very bottom of Spartan society were the helots, an enslaved population, primarily descendants of the Messenians conquered by Sparta. Unlike slaves in other Greek city-states, helots were state property. They were compelled to cultivate the land allotted to Spartan warriors. Each Spartan was assigned a plot of land, a kleros, along with a group of helots to work it. This arrangement allowed Spartan citizens to dedicate themselves entirely to military service, unburdened by agricultural concerns. However, this system had a dark side. Spartans lived in constant fear of the helots, who vastly outnumbered them, dreading rebellions and uprisings. To maintain control, Sparta annually declared war on the helots, granting Spartans the legal right to kill any helot they deemed a threat. The Krypteia, a secret police force composed of young Spartan aristocrats, was designed to keep the helots in submission, terrorizing them and suppressing any signs of discontent. This was a cruel and despotic system that held the helots in perpetual fear and humiliation. What held Sparta together, preventing it from crumbling under the weight of internal contradictions? Fear. Fear of helot rebellion, fear of weakness, fear of change. This fear permeated all aspects of Spartan society, dictating warrior training methods and attitudes towards the lower classes. Sparta was a society built on total control, where the life of every citizen was subservient to maintaining Spartan power. However, this iron grip had its consequences. Over time, the system began to falter. By the 4th century BCE, the Spartan population was dwindling due to low birth rates and significant war losses. In 371 BCE, Sparta suffered a devastating defeat at the Battle of Leuctra at the hands of the Theban army, marking the beginning of the end for Spartan hegemony. As Sparta's military might waned, its rigid social structure began to crumble. The very fear that once bound the society together became the cause of its demise. Lacking sufficient citizen support and with its control system weakening, Sparta lost its position as the most powerful polis in Greece. The fall of Sparta serves as a warning for societies built on fear and oppression. Even the strongest warriors cannot forever hold power if their strength is founded on inequality and cruelty. Spartan society represented a paradoxical combination of incredible military might and brutal oppression. Warriors lauded for their heroism relied on a system that maintained their power through fear and violence. While Sparta's military legacy continues to captivate the imagination, its rigid structure ultimately led to its decline and eventual oblivion.